Hello, Anne. Good to have you here once again. Today we have our webinar about our architectural design tools, right?
Right. Hello, Douglas. It's nice to be here with you again.
Yes, nice to be with you again. Last time we had a nice webinar. Today, I believe we're going to talk about all our architectural design tools. We're going to go from site design to architectural design into the drawings, right? So you're going to show a little bit of everything.
Today we are going to show you three programs: OpenBIM CYPE Architecture, and OpenBIM Layout. And right now, I'm going to show you how to download these programs. So first of all, if you are not registered yet, you have to create a user in BIMserver.center. Okay?
Yeah, just so for our viewers to know, so that's BIMserver.center. That's our common data environment platform. It's free of charge. Anyone can log in there, and you can use it for free. And you can also download any of CYPE software there. So
yeah. So once you have your account, you go to the store to find the programs. You just have to click in this menu on the top right, and you will find here different features. But we are going to go to the store. And here, as you see, we can find more than 173 applications. But today, I'm going to create a list application for you to download these programs. The three programs that we are using today is OpenBIM Site. So really simple. You just look for site and
easy to find.
Yeah, drag the program here. Also CYPE Architecture, which is right here. And finally, OpenBIM Layout.
For you to create a list, anyone who's watching this webinar now, you can just drag and drop the programs, and you click on search, not on the magnifying glass up there, but you click on search, and you will look for any program you want, and you drag and drop.
Yeah, we are going to put this link on the webinar so you can download these three programs together and install them really easily. Okay?
Perfect. Okay,
So,
that will be available to anybody watching this video now. You can just click the link, and you'll see the three programs that we're seeing now. Okay, let's go ahead.
Another thing that I'm going to do now is to show you the project that we will be working today. If I click on my projects here, I will have all the projects that I'm already building in BIMserver.center, and we are going to work with this multi-home block.
Let me just maybe people can get confused about the BIMserver.center. So right now, BIMserver.center enables you to upload many projects. Anne has lots of projects because he works in different projects. So now she's selecting one of those that she has. If you're just starting out, if you create your account today, you'll see that you have no projects at all, but you'll be able to create your projects, upload them there, and share with many people. We can talk about BIMserver.center in another webinar, or you can go and see the video that is a presentation of the BIMserver.center for you to check out what it does. But that's why she's selecting a project that she has now in her account.
And this project, as you see, is made by, each project is made by different contributions. So see, here you have the site, I have the complete architecture, but here also I have uploaded, let's say, sketch models for the process that I have followed in CYPE Architecture to build this building. So for example, like I have created a sketch of the floor plan of the building, with the different delewings and circulation. I also have created sketches for each delewing and sketches of the volume of the building. With these sketches, I have actually built the architecture of this multi-block house. Okay, so I have the programs. I have here the project for you to see. And now I'm going to start showing you the different programs. First of all is our program OpenBIM Site. No, this program is a program for site management and geolocation of the project and its surroundings. Really important when you start a project, you need a terrain, you need a plot, you need the building, you need maps. So this is the program to do so.
I think it's very clear for everybody, right? We here select the location and see the characteristics of the terrain, and that's going to be the first step for us.
Mm-hmm. Of all the CYPE programs are designed similarly. So on the top ribbon, you will see the main functionalities of the program. On the left part of the programs, you will see two really important parts, the views, where you can see the 3D view, floor plan, etc. And also read elements and own elements. As you see here, I have already loaded the model from CYPE Architecture. So I could be able here of switching on and off parts of this building, also the models. For example, here I'm switching off the entire model, but I could switch on and off parts of the building. This is really important. Why? Because all the CYPE programs are going to look the same in terms of views and elements read and own elements, which are elements that I have created in this program. Okay,
so you will share information that you create here to other CYPE software. They all get connected together in the same project once you share information in the BIMserver.center, right?
Right, I can extract any of the information of other models that I have loaded in this program, but in any of the programs that CYPE is developing.
That's great. That's great. And I know that also now in the BIMserver.center, you can also share your project geolocated, and for anybody who looking for an area, projects in that area, will see your project, right? You can share, look what I did.
Right, exactly. Okay, so regarding this program, there's basically two main functionalities of this program. The first one will be to create manually a topographic surface, adding the different points, okay? So there's mainly two functionalities that are important in this program. The first functionality will be the capability of creating my own topographic surfaces, defining using points. So I go to topographic surface, define using points, and I could here click each one of those points, put a displacement, for example, 2 meters. And in this sense, I will be creating this topographic surface manually. As you see here, I have created this topographic surface. I can use a DXF also for helping me to input all this information.
That's great that you can actually use other softwares outside of CYPE. You're talking about DXF files, and people must understand that they can share information. This is an open BIM platform, so you can share information with softwares from outside of the CYPE family, and including DXF files and etc. That's very good.
Exactly. Also, in the same way I have created this terrain, I could create a parcel, or a plot, a parcel manually, and add information to this plot in terms of properties. Okay. Mm-hmm. So really easy. I'm not going to go deep on this because
I think today we have to dedicate some more time to CYPE Architecture. Yes.
Exactly.
But I think everybody got the gist of it, the idea that, okay, you can use OpenBIM site to generate your site and geolocate it and share it with the project, and that information will be shared with all CYPE software, and then you can keep working on that. That sounds great.
Of course, another important part of this program is that it allows you to load point clouds. So you will be also capable of loading your point cloud in this program, and the program automatically will take this information and create a topographic surface. Okay, so really important also the capability of loading these point clouds. Also, just to finish, other things that you will be able to do in this program is to relocate the reference system of the site. So, for example, I have relocated this reference system just in the corner of the building, no? Because for me it will be then easier to draw in CYPE Architecture. So just a general overview of the program. Just finally saying that currently the program is connected with the Spanish Cadastre web service. So you will be able to load information from the Spanish Cadastre web service, okay? And also other web services from Spain and Portugal. For sure, in the future, this program will be connected to more local and national web services to automatically download this information.
Yeah, I understand this is going to keep progressing and adding different databases. Okay.
Exactly. Okay, first part, OpenBIM site. Now I have created the geolocation and terrain of my building. And then what I do,
the architectural design.
Exactly. I will move to the architectural design. Here you can see that I have my site also load. Okay.
Yes.
I have the site load. Also here you can see other parts of the architectural design that I was commenting at the beginning. I'm going to switch off the site and I'm going to explain you a little bit how to work in CYPE Architecture. CYPE Architecture is a unique program because its configuration is based in two ideas. The first idea is that architecture is a process. So when you are designing, you will go through a series of moments where you are thinking the building, no? So for example,
yes.
in this case, we have sketch tools. Those are tools that I like to say that are coming from traditional 3D programs, lines, surfaces, extrusions, etc. And these tools will help you to think the building, let's say, no?
I think everybody starts by sketches, right? Everybody nowadays, most architects, they start by sketching up the idea, and yeah, that's a necessary part of the design process. Yes.
Yeah, basically, for example, here what I've done is, okay, I have my plot and how I'm going to input in this plot. The idea of my building is having a central circulation, and then I will have two types of houses that will be combined between each other, and more or less here I put the distribution of these houses. Of course, this is going to evolve with the time and the sketches that I'm doing. Also, I'm using the sketch, but not only the sketch part, also the furniture tab, to make let's say a sketch distribution of the two types of houses. Okay, so in this case, this building is made by studios, 40 square meters studio, and this one has like 60, 2 floors studio. So you can see here the distribution that I've made. Helping myself with the furniture also, to see if everything that I want will fit in these spaces that I'm doing. Okay, so I'm using the sketch for this part. Also, and finally, what I'm doing is through these floor plan sketches, I'm creating a volume for these daily wins, no? And with this volume, which I'm going to do is, I'm going to create different distributions for the building in a really, really easy way. Here I wanna talk about an important update of the program, that it was just released less than 2 weeks ago, and this update of the program is related to the capability of grouping sketch objects and using objects in this part of the sketch. This capability was already available in the part of architecture, but is now available also in the part of sketch.
So you can group not only the architectural design, you can group also the sketches now.
Exactly. So you can use them in easier way, let's say. So for example, I could group these two or this completely floor plan, no? And after grouping it, I will be able to move it really easily to do different things on it. Also, an important and interesting part of the group is that it allows me to extrude anything from this group, okay? But when I extrude it, for example, here I'm gonna imagine that I'm extruding this part, this will belong to the group automatically. So really easy to continue working and having things set by groups. This is an important part. The differentiation between groups and objects is that with objects you can create a library. So for example, here I have a library of each of the houses. So anytime, which is the advantage of having a library? First of all, that you will be able to load any object that you have created in other projects. So really easy bringing things from different projects, okay? But also for me, another really important thing of this part is the capability of modifying the objects and affecting other objects with that. And I'm gonna show you this really easily. First of all, I'm going to explode this object. As you see it here on the top right, the object sketch is called house B, okay? I'm going to explode this object, and this object you see is composed by two groups. So that's also a differentiation between groups and objects. Objects can contain groups, groups cannot contain other groups, okay? So in this group, I'm going to modify this group, for example, with, I don't know, just something simple. I'm going to switch off some of my own elements so the program works more smoothly, okay? And I'm going to ungroup this group, and I'm going to, create this line, and I'm going to extrude this part, sorry. So for example, imagine that I have to, or I want to modify this house in this way, okay? And right now what I'm going to do is to create again this object, no, which was called house B. Okay, so house B, accept, and you will see in this volume here, which I already have a distribution, that this volume is going to be modified with this modification. It's telling me that this object already existed. If I want to rewrite it, I'm going to say yes. And as you see, right now I have this modification in my entire volume. So really useful objects are really useful to modify things and bring them to the objects that I have copied, okay? It's clear, Douglas?
Yes, it's very, very easy to use. I also think that I was waiting for a moment to mention that I see this is a very complete tool for you to have from the idea, from the concept that you want to create up to the final details of the architectural design. And it's very amazing that is a free tool for everybody to download and use, because it's an amazing tool.
Exactly. We didn't
You have
tell,
lots
but
of
this is a free
creative
tool.
liberty. You have lots of creative liberty to actually, you've created an object there and you changed it, and all the other copies of the object change at the same time. That's amazing. That's really useful.
Mm-hmm. So this is an important part, the sketch part. But okay, you will be wondering where or when we move to the actual architecture of the building, no? Which is the part that I am interested in. I want to create a BIM model of my building, to use it for energy efficiency, to use it to create the layouts, to calculate the structure, fire safety, etc. No? So another really important thing about CYPE architecture is its capability of transforming sketch elements into architectural elements. And here I will make it more visible. So for example, how I have created this structure. I have this layer here, which is a sketch structure, and see you can here you can see that I have reference lines, sketch lines, beams, and columns. And here you can see what I have created basically is a sketch of the structure, no? A really easy way of creating this sketch. And when I have this sketch, I'm going to be able to transform this sketch in architectural elements. So for example, I will go to architecture, vertical elements. Here you can see I have my tabs already. I like to have my tabs here in the viewer because it's easier.
Yeah, it's a little fast, not for me, but I think maybe for the viewers. You went up there and you selected vertical elements, and then you have this tab right beside the drawings. Yeah, because we can see your cursor is a little small for us to see from here, but I think
Okay.
everybody got the idea. Yes.
See, if you want to create architecture, you will go to the architecture tab, and here you have vertical elements, horizontal elements, openings, connections, spaces.
So that's something that maybe maybe somebody might not have noticed. Is that up there you have three tabs? It's sketch, architecture, and furniture. You can see up there she's moved to architecture. She was before that she was in sketch. Now she moved to architecture. That's why we have different options here. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so let's transform this sketch into architecture, and how I'm going to do that. As I said, I have like vertical elements, columns, and basically I'm going to use the entry mode using a sketch line. All the different tools in the architecture tab, for example, I'm going to the wall, okay? You will see that have different entry modes, and all of them will have by surface area, by sketch line, an entry mode related with the sketch, let's say. So I'm going again to the column, and I'm going to input the element using the sketch line, and basically you see just putting my mouse on the top of the line is recognizing me that I want to create a column here. I could change, for example, the entry point of the column, really easy. I could bring, I don't need to do it one by one. I could just click all the sketch lines, and I will be capable of introducing all the, it will automatically recognize which elements are vertical, and will introduce these columns, all the columns, on the same time. Okay, so really easy to create a column using the sketch line. So I'm going to select the entry mode, using the sketch line. And as you see, basically it's going to create this column, clicking on the line with the height and the position. For example, if I want to created in the middle. So the position now is in the middle, okay? I could also, I don't need to go one by one, so I could also just select all the elements and it will automatically recognize which elements are vertical. Okay, and I will input all these columns at the same time. Really easy to create a structure.
Simple, yes.
From the
I
architecture.
believe for beams, it's the same way.
Same for beams. Same for any elements that you have in the project. Okay, so for example, I want to create a wall. I have always different entry modes. In this case, I'm going to do a wall by surface area, and really easy. The program is going to create this wall, okay?
Okay, I can see the transition from sketch to architecture design is very, very smooth.
Exactly, that's the idea, no? So you think the building first, and then you translate the building and create this architecture, BIM architecture. Another important part here, for example, is again, I'm using groups, this part, groups, to create the entire building. So basically, after I have my sketch and an idea of what is the volume distribution of my project, what I have created is a group for each of the Delawares. And I'm going to switch on the building and see, I'm actually not drawing here. I'm drawing outside in these groups, and any change that I do here in this group is gonna be reflected in the copies of this group. So for example, really simple, if I delete a window, this window, you will see that this window will be automatically deleted in the rest of the groups that are a copy from the original. So really simple way I can input. I'm going to put again here a window, this window with a displacement of 1 meter, for example, okay? It's open this way in the middle, and automatically, okay, and now I have to add, this window to the group with this tool. Add elements to the group. I will click the window, right button of the mouse, and then click the group. And this automatically will add this window.
Now we can see in the first attempt, before you created it in the group, we couldn't see the change in the building. Now we can see in the full building, the same blocks have changed. Yes.
Yeah, of course, remember when you add an element, it's not going to be automatically added to the group. You have to explicitly say this element belongs to this group.
Okay, I see, I can see. Yes.
Change reflected.
That's amazing. Very, very simple way of working. This new group element is very useful because you can just select, like in your case here, the full building is just comprised of 2 types of groups, right? And you change one of those and all the other copies of the group is changed. That's a very simple way of designing and keeping it updated always. So you just update the simple model, the singular model, and all the other copies change at the same time. Very, very practical. That's something that I like about CYPE software. Every time I talk about CYPE software, I see we have a very pragmatic approach, and I think that's very useful for all engineers and architects and etc. So they see there are lots of complicated solutions in the market, and I see that they love it when they see something practical.
The idea is that this program is easy to use. You will not find a lot of tools coming from different fields. For example, here you will not find anything about MIP. If you want to do MIP, you will go to another program. Or for example, here you will not find the layouts of the a section to create the layouts. To create the layouts, you are going to need to go to OpenBIM Layout, which is the program that I'm going to explain right now.
Yeah, now you're getting You're getting into something that I'm very passionate about, because I think that's a strong stance from CYPE, because we could have created like a tool with everything together, but we decided to keep it modularized, and then we can keep the interface very simple for people to use and understand, and also very pragmatic and practical for them to use every day. And then they can all get together in the BIMserver.center. So you have all the functionality that you would have in a tool for everything, but it's much simpler to use and learn how to use. That's amazing.
Exactly. The idea is to keep things simple and keep ideas together. So if you are doing the layout, you will only find here tools related to layout. If you are doing the architecture, you only will find here tools related with architecture. And
so
same
that's for our viewers. That's why today we're seeing three softwares. We're seeing OpenBIM Site, OpenBIM CYPE Architecture, and OpenBIM Layouts. There are three softwares, and they all connect in the BIMserver.center, which we've seen before, and we keep them separated, modularized, because it's simpler for you to use. You have a software just for selecting the site, you have a software just for doing the architectural design, and then you have a software just for getting the drawings that you have to deliver. Then that's the best way to work. Instead of having a very complex and complicated software, you have a simple way of working.
Exactly. And we share all the information through BIMserver.center.
Yes.
As you can see here, you can share. I have shared already these models to the cloud, and here you can connect with other software that we have available. Really interesting. You will find this button of BIMserver.center also in OpenBIM site. Okay, so you could share the project. Really easy. All the information is going to be on the cloud, and you are going to be able, for example, to download this information in OpenBIM layout. So here you can see the program of OpenBIM layout, a really simple
So we now
program.
moved from CYPE Architecture to OpenBIM layout for everybody, and here you can design what you're going to print. And you will see it's optimized for the printing part.
Exactly. As other layout programs, it works by it. And what is important for this program also is that I'm going to be capable of loading any model which is stored in BIMserver.center. So if I go to 3D Scene, here again, sorry, I have my tools always on the bars, but you can have it differently. So 3D Scene is if I go to library, here you will find, sorry, let's go to the 3D view, that I have loaded the different sketches that I was telling before. No? So I have export a sketch of the building, and I have loaded here a sketch also for the yellowing. Okay, also sketches of the
so you can create a brochure that has not only the final project, but also the sketches that you've created to arrive to that project, if you want to, etc.
Yeah, of course, or the structure, or you will be able also to load the MIP, etc. Everything you can load here, and you can create these scenes in which you are going to say, okay, which floors are available in these scenes, which models that are in BIMserver.center. So, for example, you can see here all the models that I have in BIMserver.center, but in this scene, I'm just loading house A, okay? And also from here, you will be able to control the type of lines and the hatches, the fill, when printing the model. So, for example, I could use here a continuous thick line which has this thickness, or let's go to non-continuous hidden line, for example. I can here use the different styles, no, which at the end is going to be print the project, no. Really important in this part of the scenes, okay. Hatches lines can be defined manually here, and you will see later on that this translates to the printing in PDF or WD. Okay, accept. Basically, really simple. I have created my scene, and then I want to insert a scene. So I'm gonna create a frame for this scene, and I'm going to say, okay, I want here house A, and the view I'm going to use is this one. Okay, and I have already inserted my scene here. Other important things, I could define a scale, for example, 140. I can also create different types of scenes. So, for example, this is a normal image. It will be printed as a image, but I could create also a vector image. So, for example, if I click here in a vector image, the program will create, this image. Okay, so once I have created the scenes in the library, I can insert any scene. For example, here I have created a frame for this scene, and here basically what I do is, okay, let's select the scene that I want to use, and let's select the view of the scene that I want to use. I can also scale depending on the zoom. And another important part is that I can create different modes to input a scene. So normal image and monochrome image will output when printing an image, a PNG or image.
I've lost you on that. I've lost you on that. What? Monochrome image. So that would be black and white.
Yeah, monochrome image will be black and white. Normal image will be a colored image, so you will see the model as it is.
As you see here, like a picture, yes.
Yeah, and then we have hybrid image, which you will see together a vector image and a normal image. And then you also have only vector image, which I'm sure most of the clients are looking for, the vector image. Because we are really used to AutoCAD, so you will be able to create this vector image here in PDF and also in DXF, okay?
Perfect.
Really important. You can change the background. Well, you can do here a lot of things. So having here my models and inputting on the view. Here I have done a really simple layout. Let's say I have created a front page. Also, I have created, it's generating the images from the second, calculating the geometry. Okay. I have created also here an elevation as an image, but here you can see also I have created a floor plan with the vector image, let's say, okay? So this part, it will be a PNG.
So you have a normal image on the left and a vector image on the right, yes.
Exactly. I could create also an hybrid image here, but I feel that it's not necessary. You can see that I will be able to use dimensions. So here, if I click dimensions, again, I have the bar here. So I click dimensions and I can measure anything that I want really easy.
You can put a ruler there showing the size of everything that you want to show.
Exactly, I can create these dimensions really easily. Regarding if I have a vector or not image. I don't care about that. The program is capable of recognizing, as you see, each of the elements that are in the BIM model and really easy create the dimensions for these elements.
Yeah, because even though you are seeing it as a normal image, behind that you have all the information like a vector, any vector image that you would have, let's say, in CAD software.
Exactly. I could also, for example, extract information with tags. So if I click in this element, you can see that here is
You can create
extracting
tags for everything.
Yeah, the reference number and the type of wall. You could also use other variables that you have here, so the thickness or the units of the thickness, the level in which that element is. So you could use
You can select what the tag is showing.
that is in the background. Sorry. You can use
that you can select what the tag is showing, what the tag you're creating is showing.
Exactly. So for example, I have bring the thickness here. You can choose what the tag is showing, and the tag, of course, will bring information that is already on the BIM model.
Perfect. Sounds perfect.
Really important and interesting.
And with something like this, you can create a very complete like flyer or brochure and anything to show off your building. Because you can add, as you said before, not only vector drawings, normal drawings, and etc. You can also upload any information from your sketches, from other projects that you have on BIMserver.center, related projects, or anything else. You can always add that to your brochure and have very complete information to show your clients.
Exactly. And another important part is, for example, imagine that I move this wall 20 centimeters to the right. And I update, I will do that in CYPE Architecture. Okay, I need to modify this bathroom because maybe it's too small. I'm not compliant with my local rules. And after that, I had already all my my model dimension here. If I move the wall, this dimension is going to change automatically to where the wall is right now, let's say.
So you go to CYPE Architecture, you make the changes, and then you upload it to the BIMserver.center. And when OpenBIM layout connects to the project, it will change the drawings for the whole brochure. Am I correct?
Yeah, it will recognize the changes. Also, it will recognize the changes regarding tags. So, for example, if I have changed the type of wall or the type of slab, it will be automatically recognized. So really interesting also.
That's very useful, very interesting for people to understand and to know. So let's say you created a brochure for your project, then you have to change something in the architectural design. You go to CYPE Architecture, you make some change, you upload it to the BIMserver.center, and then when OpenBIM layout connects to the project again, it'll get the new information and update everything in the brochure that you have created before. And that's very useful, very practical also.
Another practical thing between the connection of CYPE Architecture and OpenBIM layout is that here in CYPE Architecture, you have spaces, you have a table with all the spaces, the total surface area of the building, and you are going to be able to bring this information automatically to OpenBIM layout. So as you see here, I have clicked tables and click insert predefined table. And here the program is giving me some predefined tables. So surface area by floor, for example, I can create automatically a table of the surface area by floor or the surface area of the Delaware A. And I'm just going to insert this information, and you are going to have here all the related information. So really easily bringing information from CYPE Architecture to OpenBIM layout. Just to finalize this idea, I don't want to end this webinar without telling you that you are also capable of creating renders from CYPE Architecture models.
That's very important nowadays.
Yeah, or any model that you are creating with CYPE tools in general. So how these models are made into emotion, from CYPE, we are not rendering these models, but we can use external tools to render these models. So basically, I'm going back again to CYPE Architecture. you will find in any of the of CYPE tools, you will find this toolbar on the top right, and here you will find this button print, okay? And here you could print the image that you have in the screen in the current view right now in different formats. In this case, I'm using FBX to exchange information with Twinmotion and to be capable of rendering. So using FBX, you click accept, and really quick, you are going to create, I'm going to put another name so I don't overwrite. And really quickly, this FBX model is going to be created to be loaded in any rendering tool, just saying that all the colors and textures that you are using in our program will be automatically sent, let's say, to the rendering programs. Those textures are quite good in terms of outcome, no, on the rendering. So maybe you don't even need to change the texture in the rendering program. But if you want to, you could do it using the rendering program, just to say that. So also renders are available. And yeah, more or less, this is all I wanted to tell you about these three programs. I don't know if you
Good to know that we can also generate the renders. And I think that we've shown everything. So just to remind everybody, you can download the softwares that we've talked about today in the link that Ane created. That is going to be in the chat. You can download its OpenBIM site, CYPE Architecture, and OpenBIM layout, and you can design a full project as you've seen here. You design the site for the project. You can also geolocate it. This also allows you to share the project for everybody to see if you want to, and then you can go to the architectural design from sketching to the definition of all elements, including all the furniture and everything, etc., that you need. You can create groups. And then when you change any of the groups, any of the copies of that group that is in the architectural design will be changed also. And in the end, if you want to generate a rendering or anything like that, you can export also that information. And if you want to generate a brochure or anything that you are going to print, you can get that information from the BIMserver.center. And as we said before, all the different softwares, they share information to the BIMserver.center and they get updated. So if you design a brochure and you want to change anything in CYPE Architecture, then you upload it to the BIMserver.center and the OpenBIM layout will get that information, change the brochure, and that's it. I think you have everything together. And by the way, many of these softwares that we've shown today are free of charge. CYPE Architecture is free of charge for anybody to try it. And also, I don't know the other ones. Do you know, Ane?
Yeah, the three softwares that I'm showing today are free of charge. So
the three of them are all free of charge. And if you are trying something for architectural design, I think you should definitely give it a try. You will see that the whole ecosystem of CYPE tools is very intuitive to learn how to use and very simple to start, right?
Right. Give a chance to BIM. Give a chance to 3D modeling in BIM. You have all these tools for free, so you can try without having this pressure of paying a license, because what we want for you to do is to move to BIM and to see actually the benefits of this new methodology of working.
And the team who is developing this software is amazing. You can see here with Ane and all her colleagues. So Ane, thank you so much for showing us all these amazing tools today. I think we've had a nice webinar for people, very useful for everybody who's watching this. And I hope that we can keep helping them and that they send their questions, because I think they're going to try the software, they're going to find many things that they want to ask about, and that we can help them in the future. Thank you so much once again for helping us today, for the webinar today, and I hope we meet back again in this platform for another webinar.
Thank you, Douglas. See you soon.
See you soon. Have a nice day.